Gently close your eyes. Do deep breathing. We'll chant Om once together. Synchronize the chanting of Om with your exhalation. Breathe in. Sahana vavatu, sahanau bhunattu, sahaviryam karavavahai, tejasvinavaditamastu ma vitvishavahai. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Gently open your eyes. We'll chant from verses 66 to 70 of chapter 2. Nasti buddhirayuktasya
Nasti buddhirayuktasya
nachayuktasya bhavana
Nachayuktasya bhavana
Nacha bhavayata shantihi
Nacha bhavayata shantihi
Ashantasya kutah sukham
Ashantasya kutah sukham
Indriyanam hi charatam
Indriyanam hi charatam
Yanmano vidhiyate
Yanmano vidhiyate
Tadasya harati prajñam
Tadasya harati prajñam
Vayurnavamivambhasi
Vayurnavamivambhasi
Tasmadhyasya mahabaho
Tasmadhyasya mahabaho
Nigrihitani sarvashah
Nigrihitani sarvashah
Indriyanindriyarthebhyah
Indriyanindriyarthebhyah
Tasya prajña pratisthita
Tasya prajña pratishtita
Ya nisha sarvabhutanam
Ya nisha sarvabhutanam
Tasyam jagarti sanyami
Tasyam jagarti sanyami
Yasyam jagrati bhutani
Yasyam jagrati bhutani
Sa nisha pashyato munehe
Sa nisha pashyato munehe
Apuryamānamachala pratishtham
Apuryamānamachala pratishtham
Samudramāpah pravishanti yadvat
Samudramāpah pravishanti yadvat
Tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve.
Tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve.
Sashanti mapnoti na kamakami.
Sashanti mapnoti na kamakami.
Hari Om, and a very good day to all of you. So last week I had given you this deep message from verse number 67, which is the principle of movement. Actually, after last week's discourse, I had asked you to chant the verse and also read the translation once with the visualization. I'm sure all of you would have done that. Now, what is interesting is, after attending last week's discourse, now if you look at this verse, when he says Indriyanam hi charatam yanmano anuvidhiyate tadasya harati prajnam vayurnava vambasi. Now, as I am reading this, the three words, charatam, anuvidhiyate and harati, they will stand out. Earlier, when you had read this verse, the same words would have been there, but you will not notice them. They will be hidden to you, as it were. This is what is called as unlocking the power behind these verses. Everything is there in front of you. When I say in front of you, I am also saying this symbolically. Actually, in your life, every experience which you go through can give you this entire wisdom, can trigger this entire wisdom from within you. This is what Lord Buddha said. He used to give different kinds of meditations, and those meditations, the apparent external technique, if you take, they had no significance. Like he used to say, just take a flower, and if you meditate on the flower, you will reach nothingness. Just take anything, and if you go deep inside that, the whole wisdom will unfold. But that requires enormous capacity. Only a person who is very highly evolved spiritually can do that. So from where do you start? As sadhaks, you should start from the scriptural knowledge. When we are studying the scripture, the Bhagavad Gita, and you're being exposed to the yogic approach, because it is only the yogic approach which can unravel the depth of life. So when the yogic approach is being applied here, if you just follow the whole sequence as it is given to you, without you bringing in your concepts or conditioning, you will be able to benefit maximum. Because remember, the Bhagavad Gita or any scripture for that matter is like a mirror. Whatever you are, it will reflect that. If you're a very superficial person, this verse will be very superficial. If you are having a little more depth, this verse will have a little more depth. If you're an information gatherer, this verse will have a lot of information. When I say this verse, I mean the entire Gita, all the scriptures. If you're seeking the truth, if you're seeking the infinite, this very verse has the deep messages which can get you connected with the infinite. So it is all up to you what you are seeking. A guru gives this wisdom in its entirety, but according to each one's vessel, the size of the vessel, a person picks up that aspect of the wisdom. So here is an opportunity to get an experience of what the depth is. So he says, Charatam Anuvidhiyate and Harati. The three kinds of movements, or rather the three stages of movement. So I explained to you last week. Charatam means casual movement, generally based on what will give me an immediate pleasure or an immediate benefit. Not having any long-term goal or long-term vision in life. Then the next step is Anuvidhiyate, where the mind starts flowing. Your emotions start flowing towards that object. If you get stuck in that stage, then you will become a fanatic. See, who is a fanatic? He just takes some idea, or it could be some personality also. And then when you indiscriminately allow the emotions to flow, there is no question of allowing. Without your permission, when the emotions just flow towards that object or person, then you become fanatically attached to that object. And then Harati, once your emotions go away, then it pulls your wisdom also. Justification process starts. Instead of your wisdom protecting you and putting you on the right track, now the same wisdom will start giving various reasons as to why you should do that, even though that is harmful to you. Like if you go and talk to any alcoholic, he'll give you various reasons why is he an alcoholic. Go and talk to a drug addict, he'll tell you why he is a drug addict. Why? That is why his actions are justified. So if you observe yourself, wherever you're justifying, it means it is the Harati stage. So these three stages, which broadly define the movement, actually has been applied in verse number 67 by the Master to explain how you lose yourself, how you lose your prajna, that is the wisdom. Because in this portion from verses 54 to 72, he's talking of the Sthita Prajna, how you get established in the wisdom. And in order to explain that, he's not only explaining the establishing part, but he's also explaining how you can slip away from the wisdom. And when you see both sides, you get a comprehensive understanding. So, I did mention to you last week that having given the principle, now today I'll explain to you how to use the same principle for your evolution. Because remember, the moment we talk of movement, there is always direction implied. Now, without direction, a movement is not possible. So from a spiritual point of view, when we say movement, either you are going down, that is you're devolving, or you are evolving. Stagnation will ultimately lead to devolution. Just as in a garden, supposing you don't do anything, what will happen? After sowing the seeds and all that, supposing you don't do anything, you don't take care of the garden, it will not remain the same. First it will stagnate. After a while, if you go there, a lot of weeds would have grown. Similarly, when you stagnate in spirituality, you will not stay put at the same level for a long period of time. After a while, the force, the weight of the negativity which you will be gathering will start pulling you down. That is why it is very important for you to constantly keep applying this wisdom and guiding your mind. The Guru Shakti will help you. But a Guru can help you, can actually very, very powerfully help you. But you need to eat your food. Remember, a Guru cannot come and eat the food for you. You need to drive your vehicle and travel in the path. It is very important, your personal effort. So, movement can be devolutionary or evolutionary. That choice a human being has been given. You as a human being, you always have the choice of either going down or going up at any point of time. Supposing for last 5 years you have been going down. At every moment you have the choice, now should I choose to move up or should I choose to further deteriorate? But you can't be without moving. I told you all these principles I am introducing in chapter 2 itself, as when the context is coming, like we saw the law of connection and interconnection, now the law of movement. Now why I am touching upon these things is because when we come to the 3rd chapter, it will be very easy for you to understand, because in that Krishna says, act you must. You cannot be without action, he says. Now this principle, it is based on this principle only. You have no choice as far as movement is concerned. But you have a choice as far as the direction is concerned. So in the 3rd chapter, he'll be saying, anyway you have to act. Some action you need to do. Even when you avoid an action, it is nothing but action only. Avoiding something is also called action, nivritti. So he says, since you have to act anyway, you might as well act properly in the spirit of karma yoga and evolve. Amazing principle he gives, So anyway you have to move. the moment you stop moving, there are only two cases. Either you become tamasic, which is stagnation, but ultimately that will pull you down, or you have become a sthita prajna. What doesn't move within you is the infinite. If you reach that state, then you will not move at all, because there is no necessity for any movement. You already become the infinite. Still the body, the mind, the thoughts, all those will continue to move even for a sthita prajna. But he will have perfect mastery over that. That part of it we will leave as of now. As we go along, I'll explain that, because that is very, very deep. So right now, first you need to understand what is relevant to your sadhana. So I'll give you various applications of this in a positive sense also. That is very important. See, whenever an example is given, here he has applied this principle, the example of losing your wisdom to sense enjoyment. Whenever an example is given, in the yogic approach, what we do is, we don't stop with merely understanding the example. We penetrate and take the principle and then apply that principle in all the areas of life. This is another important aspect of yogic approach. Generally, when an example is given, you should not be satisfied if you merely understand the example. You should penetrate and go to the principle. So, first we will see how you can generally apply this principle in life. I'll give you 4 applications. One is the general application. The second is specific application towards some positive habit which you want to form. And then the third is how to use this principle to achieve a positive goal in life. And the fourth is how to use this to evolve spiritually directly, to achieve the highest. These 4 things I'll cover, and then we'll go to the next verse. So first of all, generally in life, what is happening is, this charatam, anuvidhiyate and harati are all the time happening with respect to you, because as I told you, movement is a must. Movement is a law of life. Now, and whenever there is movement, they are going to go through these 3 stages of charatam, anuvidhiyate and harati. This is the law. So generally what is happening to you today, if you were to observe, is that your mind keeps casually going here and there, and the senses keep senses backed by the indriya, that is the power behind the senses, which is an aspect of the mind. It keeps wandering here and there to all the negative aspects in life. Why? Because generally negative aspects give you an immediate pleasure. For example, when you gossip about someone, it gives you an immediate pleasure. Anything which is negative is also sensational. So even when you're watching a news channel or when you're reading a newspaper, if you were to observe your own mind, the psychology of your own mind, you will find that your eyes will keep searching. When I say your eyes will keep searching, it's not merely the fleshy organ. We're talking of the with the backing of the indriya. They will be searching for a sensational news, actually, especially negative ones. Oh, this person has murdered 4 people. Here there has been a bomb blast. Here this has happened, that has happened. Even in politics, the mind will go only for negative news. Why? Because it immediately it gives you an immediate kick. This is called sensationalism. Now the problem is, when that happens, it doesn't stop there. Slowly, every day when you're gathering these kinds of negative informations, you get into the anuvidiyate stage. The emotions start flowing towards negative things. I told you, even during this pandemic, the mind constantly wants to know more and more about the virus. So naturally, anuvidiyate will happen. The emotion of fear will start flowing. Fear and panic. And once you get into anuvidiyate stage, then the harati will also happen. All your wisdom will go away. You will start justifying why you should read negative news. Like some people say, see, we should know the facts of life. We should know what is happening in the world. All these things they'll say. But if you were to deeply analyze, you will find that they are nothing but justifications. Now, you just have to reverse the process. This is the first application, the sadhana part. So generally in life, if with awareness, allow your senses to go to those things which will actually do good to you. For example, in this pandemic time, instead of getting more and more news about the virus, try to gather information about your immune system, how the immune system can fight the virus. This news is also there, how the virus attacks your immune system, how the virus attacks the lungs. Those kinds of news also will be there. And actually, I was reading in a scientific journal, some scientific magazine in, I think it's from United States, where a top scientist has analyzed how the immune system can adapt to any kind of mutation of the virus. See, they're saying the virus goes on mutating, right? That's what that causes variation. Now, just as the virus is mutating, the variants are being formed, he says the immune system can also, the immune system is also evolving. They will study the virus and produce the specific antibodies. Adaptive immunity. So that scientist is saying, actually speaking, if you take care of your immune system, you need not worry. Let any variant come, still your immune system has the capacity to study that mutated virus and produce specific antibodies to kill that virus. So this news is also available, but how many of you would have even read it? You wouldn't have. But if you bring this intention of seeking positive things in life, then these kinds of news will start, will get noticed by your mind. See, today, even though the news, the positive news will be there, you will not notice that, because your mindset, your intention is to seek something sensational, something which will give you a temporary kick. So you should reverse this process by bringing in this intention of seeking not merely temporary pleasures in life, but what is good for me in the long run. Your mind will gather all the information regarding how many people have died, but the mind will not gather information about how many people have survived. Actually, the percentage of people who have survived is much more. It's they say it's 97 to 99%, something like that, and the percentage who have died are very less. But yet your mind will pick up only that information. Why? Because of this tendency. of tendency to seek immediate pleasures in life and nothing more than that. So this is the first thing you should do in life. Start practicing this with awareness. Allow your senses to wander. Because see, when you're doing it with awareness, this process will be under your control. Allow your senses to wander with an intention of picking up positive things. If you take the internet, you can get any information you want. All the negative information is also there. All the positive information is also there. Depending upon what you search, you will get that particular information. It is the same principle in life itself, not only with respect to internet. So using your choice of action, bring this intention of picking up things which will give you long-term benefit. Now when you do this, after a while, you will find that you will get into the anuvidhiyate stage. You need to go on doing this till you get to that anuvidhiyate stage, which means now your emotions will start channelizing themselves and flowing in the direction of those positive things. When you go on reading about the power of the immune system, after a while, instead of fear and panic, the emotions which will start flowing is that of confidence, courage. Yes, my immune system can handle anything. Then that will increase the self-healing powers of the body. Your life is in your hands only, remember. Without this wisdom, in ignorance, you are creating negative things in life. So every Sunday, these truths are being given so that slowly, slowly you become a creator of your life, not a victim. So it is only because of ignorance that you are getting victimized by your own mind, And then once the emotions start flowing strongly towards the positive things, then the harati stage will happen. Your wisdom, your thinking also will get aligned. You will no longer justify your weaknesses. Rather, you will start seeing the truths behind the positive things in life. So if you follow this principle of movement with this intention, see, all this starts with that basic intention of wanting long-term benefits in life, wanting to pick up things which are good for you in the long run. Curbing this tendency to get caught up with instant pleasures, instant kicks in life. I am not saying instant pleasure is wrong, but stopping with that is wrong. This requires a certain amount of self-control and effort from you. But believe me, once you get to the anuvidhiyate stage, even with less effort, you will find the mind will start flowing towards positive things. And once you go to the harati stage where the wisdom also gets aligned, thereafter the beauty is, in life, in any aspect of life, the first thing you will start noticing will be the positive things. Whenever you meet someone, you will start looking at the positives in that person. Whenever you get into any situation, you will start looking at the positive things in that situation. That will give you happiness, that will give you the peace of mind. Because remember, the world has both negative and positive. Just as I told you, in internet, negative is also there, positive is also there. What are you searching for? What are you seeking? That is the question. So this is in general terms in life, you can follow this. The second sadhana is with respect to forming a particular habit. So we saw the negative aspect of this, that is how a negative habit is formed. I explained to you last week. Like for example, a person becomes addicted to alcohol. First casually he would have drunk, he or she, and then anuvidiyate, strong emotions, and then all the wisdom also would have been taken away. So when you want to form positive habits, you need to apply again the same principle. See, habit formation is actually is a science. You need to understand the principles and follow that. People think that they can just form habits overnight by taking some New Year resolutions and all that. It is not so simple like that, because just because a day has changed in your calendar doesn't mean now your mind would have changed. That is only a temporary kick. As I told you, the mind always looks for immediate kicks. So even in habit formation, when you're looking for shortcuts, then you are not using the principle of movement. Rather, you are trying to jump steps. That is again the tendency of seeking sensational things. You want a sensational change, overnight change. As Ramatirtha says, you cannot become a Buddha overnight, he says. So it always takes its due time. So whenever you want to form a positive habit, what should you do? Let us say today you're very lazy and you want to build this habit of getting up and doing exercises, or even the sadhana, yoga sankirtan sadhana you want to do on a daily basis, but you're unable to do so. So how do you build that habit? First step is charata. Whenever you get time, casually just allow your senses to gather information about what habit you want to form. See, supposing you're hearing in these lectures, that you should do the Yoga Sankirtan Sadhana every day. Now note that portion. If you want to form that habit, note that portion, time and all that. And then whenever you have some spare time, just go to that lecture portion, the YouTube, play that portion and keep seeing that. Now when you keep on feeding yourself with that information, after a while you will get into the anuvidhiyate stage. Your emotions will start flowing, an intense passion, a desire will start developing, the ichha, that yes, this is what I want to do. I want to get up and exercise. I want to do the Yoga Sankirtan Sadhana. I want to, whatever, I want to be disciplined in this area. Let it be any habit which you want to form. The emotions will start going towards that. See, till you come to anuvidhiyate stage, there is always a chance of slipping. But when you come to anuvidhiyate stage, the chances of slipping becomes less in the positive application. Just as in the negative areas, when you go through this movement, when you come to anuvidhiyate stage, I told you, it becomes more difficult. When you come to harati stage, the choice becomes, it becomes more difficult for you to exercise the choice. Now in the positive aspect also, the same thing is applicable. When you come to the anuvidhiyate stage, it becomes more easy for you to exercise the choice, because you are eliminating the negative factors, the blocks. Once you develop an intense emotion for that habit which you want to create, then you will continue, you will get into the harati stage. Your entire wisdom will get aligned there. You will know why you're doing that. What is the benefit of that? This will inspire you to act. You will automatically start acting. Actually, when you move from charatam to anuvidhiyate itself, you will start acting intensely. And then you will go on repeating it. It is your emotion which will help you to be consistent in your habit, in your action. You will go on doing it till your wisdom also gets aligned, and thereafter it will become a permanent habit for you. So using this principle, now you decide what habits you want to form in life. So using this principle, you can easily form those habits. It is only a question of the right efforts and time. You have to give it some time, because see, movement, as I told you, you need to go from this place to another place, means there is a time process involved. There is a time involved, time factor. So from Charatam to Anuvidhyate stage, it will take a little time. And Anuvidhyate to Harati, again it will take some time. So till then you need to keep applying this. So using this principle of movement, you can quickly come out of all your negative habits and form positive habits. Again, negative positive is based on what will give you long-term benefit and what will give you mere immediate benefit, but it will cause harm in the long run. That is how we always see what is positive, what is negative. See, daily exercises may not give you that immediate pleasure, but in the long run it will give you so many benefits. Actually, after a while you will start enjoying your exercises. See, once you come to the Anuvidhyate stage with respect to positive habits, the enjoyment factor will start coming in. You will start enjoying doing that action. And when by the time you come to Harati stage, you will get firmly established. So this is how you can use it to form any habit you want. So from this moment onwards, please make a note. You are not a victim of your habits. The choice as a human being you have, whether you are an alcoholic, whether you are a chain smoker. See, I am giving alcoholics and chain smokers as an example, but this is applicable with any little habit which you want to form. Okay? Then, number 3, how do you apply this with respect to achieving a goal? So, first of all, your goal should be very, very clear. See, if your goal is not clear, the principle of movement will not work. See, it is like a vehicle, when your destination is clear, then you will automatically drive the car in that direction. If your destination is not clear, you will not know where to go. Similarly, start fixing goals in life. The highest goal we'll see next is for spiritual evolution, 4th application. But even from a worldly sense, fix some goals which will give you the direction. Once you fix the direction, then this principle of movement is what you should apply. Charatam. Just whenever you get time, start thinking about the goal casually. Even in the management principles, when I take seminars on for the corporates, I always tell them, see, if you want to achieve a goal, you should keep reminders. Many books on management also have emphasized on this point. It is all there in the ancient wisdom, See, you should keep reminders, your own reminders. So casually, like sometimes you may be just sitting and relaxing, or you may be walking from one place to another place. So during those times, you should have tools by which you just casually keep thinking about the goal which you want to achieve. So I know some people, they write their goals and keep it on their desk, so that in their casual moments, they just keep on looking at that, that will build a connection. See, but that has to be done with awareness. It is not enough if you merely write something and keep it there. Unless and until you apply this principle of movement in a conscious way, writing there and keeping will not help. So it could be writing outside, it could be putting an alarm in your cell. In your own way, whenever you have some spare time, gently start thinking about the goal. Gather more information about that. Allow the senses to wander, charatam, towards your goal. Now when you keep on doing that, after a while you will get into the anuvidhiyate stage. You will form a personal connection. You will get that drive, that inspiration. The emotion which follows the goal is inspiration. First, when you fix a goal, the goal will be on the paper, but you will have no inspiration to achieve it. But when you follow this charatam, after a while, the emotion of inspiration will start flowing. Now, once you get inspired, then your efforts will double up. You will start looking for various opportunities to achieve that goal. Earlier also the same opportunities would have been there, but you would have missed those opportunities because your personality was not streamlined with your goal. So once you come to anuvidhiyate, that is, you get inspired by the goal, then you become very consistent in your efforts. Thereafter, that will lead you to harati stage, where your entire thinking process, wisdom will get aligned with your goal. Once your wisdom gets aligned with your goal, the most interesting part is everything which you do, you will see it with reference to the goal and only decide, will this help me to achieve my goal? If yes, I will do it. If not, I will not do it. Your goal will become a reference point for you, to take decisions in life when you come to the harati stage, when your wisdom gets aligned. So that is when you will be able to successfully remove all the distractions. You can become a great achiever by applying this principle of movement. Every achiever has become an achiever only by applying this principle. They may have done it consciously, they may have done it unconsciously, they may call it by this name, or they may not have called it by this name. It does not matter, but they would have applied this principle, otherwise you will not be able to achieve anything in life. So using this principle of movement, the three stages, charatam, anuvidhiyate and harati, start achieving your goals in various aspects of your life, whether it is financial goals or whether it is goals with respect to your health or relationships or career. Apply this. Keep on growing. Okay? And then finally we come to the spiritual evolution, the application of this great principle of movement with respect to spiritual evolution. What is spiritual evolution? Spiritual evolution has no meaning unless and until you fix the ultimate goal as your purpose. And when I say you fix, actually there is nothing for you to fix. You already have your ultimate goal as infinite happiness, infinite peace. Everything which you do is only for that. Deep, deep within you, you are seeking that infinite. Today, you are not recognizing that. So, with respect to the worldly goals, we can say, be clear about what you want, fix your goals. But when it comes to spirituality, even though we are using the word fix the ultimate goal, actually it is not fixing. Realizing what you are seeking from the depth of your personality automatically fixes the goal for you. The goal is already fixed actually. You have to realize it. See, when we use the word self-realization, it is not merely the goal, the ultimate state. It is not merely the state. It is also the path. First, realizing that Sthita Prajna is what you are seeking. Realizing that the infinite is what you are seeking is the first step. Once you realize that, then the movement is what you need to apply. So casually start exposing yourself to the spiritual wisdom. That is why I have asked them to keep all these lectures, these discourses, the yogic approach in YouTube. So whenever you get spare time, instead of allowing your mind to wander here and there, start just play any video and keep exposing yourself to this wisdom. Who's preventing you? No one. See, at least earlier, when it was not, when it was done in the auditorium and it was not done online, many people used to say, we are staying far away, so we don't have access to this wisdom, we don't have access to these discourses. Now, you can't give that justification also. Everything is available to you. You just have to make use of that. So in your spare time, casually, keep listening to this. Keep thinking on these points. Whatever points have inspired you, just keep thinking on them. When you go on doing this, what will happen is, you will slowly find, you will get into the stage of anuvidhiyate. You will develop a strong emotion. The emotion of devotion, devotion and surrender towards the infinite. As a saint said, the moment you hear the name of God, your hair should stand on their ends. That should be your devotion, that should be your inspiration, When the statement is said, Tattvamasi, that thou art, you are the infinite, immediately your entire personality should get energized. That can happen only when you get to the anuvidhiyate stage. Initially it will be a little flat. But as a human being, you have the choice of action. It is all up to you. How you direct yourself is what matters. A sadhak, as he advances to anuvidhiyate stage, he or she will not find the necessity to go to any special place for inspiration. I have to go to a temple, I have to do this ritual. That have to will not be there for him or her. Wherever he or she is, he will always be inspired. That devotion will always be there. You just have to see the sun rising. Immediately you will get connected with the infinite. That connection will happen very fast when you come to anuvidhiyate stage. Whenever you see the expression of the infinite in the world, your emotions, your devotion and surrender will start flowing. So when you keep on listening to these great truths, whenever you get time, what will happen is, slowly you will find all the higher emotions of devotion, gratitude, surrender, everything will start automatically happening within you. So earlier I had said watch every Sunday, but now I am intensifying the sadhana. I am saying whenever you get spare time, start watching something. That's why we have kept all the discourses. You pick up any discourse, does not matter. Every Sunday, anyway, that week's session will be there. That you watch. But I'm saying the rest of the week, whenever you get time, I wouldn't say whenever you get time, whenever you have spare time, utilize it for this. Even 5 minutes, a small portion you listen to, you will find that your mind gets uplifted. Because earlier people used to ask me this question. So Sunday when we are listening, our mind is uplifted. Then next day, third day, again the mind comes down. What do we do? So you were sincerely asking that question, and God has fulfilled your desire by putting the thought, in the teacher to keep the discourses online. Now it is up to you to use it. And once you develop strong emotions towards the infinite, the harati will happen. Harati means your ego will start melting. Your entire wisdom will get streamlined. You will start becoming single-pointed. As in the 9th chapter, Krishna will be saying, Ananyas chintayanto mam yejana paryupasate. Means Ananya means with no other thought, just go on thinking about the infinite. Me means the infinite. He says, don't worry, yoga kshemam vahamyaham. I will give you yoga, the spiritual evolution. I will give you kshema. All the worldly benefits also I will give you. I means that supreme law, that will fill you. When you raise your consciousness to higher and higher realms, the worldly desires, the worldly needs will have to get fulfilled. This is the law. You will get that opportunities. Don't take it as a lazy philosophy. I am just thinking of God, everything will get fulfilled. That is not the spirit of what he's saying. He's saying your energy pattern will become so positive that you will attract opportunities in life. Thereafter, it is up to you to make use of those opportunities. So using the same principle of movement, charatam, anuvidhiyate and harati, you can evolve spiritually and become a sthita prajna. It is all up to you. So, I have given you very, very powerful messages using this verse. So much of sadhana material. Now I told you, if you want to form a habit, in the spare time do this. If you want to achieve a goal, no, don't ask me, sir, should I use my spare time for habit formation or goal formation? Anything which you want to do, something positive, apply this principle. It all depends, sometimes if you're having a very negative habit which you want to overcome, means apply this to in that area for a while to come out of that, to form a positive habit. If you want to achieve a goal in life, again apply this principle of movement. So this principle of movement actually bridges the gap between you and the object. When your object is negative, then that's what he's covering here. You will devolve. When the gap reduces, you get into anuvidhiyate, and harati means you and the object become one. You become an addict. When the object is positive, then you become an achiever in life. And when the object is infinite, God, if that is what you're seeking, you will go on applying this till you become one with God. Aham Brahmasmi means I am that supreme Brahman. When they said that, they are not talking about this physical body, they are not talking about this mind, they are not talking about the thoughts, they are talking about that supreme consciousness. It is not an ego boost. And a person who gets into that exalted state is called a sthita prajna, a true yogi. That state is beyond caste, beyond religion, beyond all so-called sampradayas. I've got a question, Sir, what sampradaya are we following? Don't include me in your sampradaya. A yogi, a master is one who is beyond all sampradaya. Sampradaya means a particular a line, like one person follows something, then you follow that, then your disciple follows it. So it's a succession. But a yogi is one who belongs to all sampradayas, who belongs to all religions, who belong to all castes. You can, if you say which sampradaya, all sampradayas, or you can say he is not belonging to any sampradaya. Both the statements are same only, because he is one with the infinite. And that is what you should also strive to reach. You are the river who is flowing, and your goal is the ocean, the infinite. Today, you are not aware of what you are seeking. When you go to a master, he actually points out to you, he puts you on the direction, and then he starts off this process of principle of movement. And then according to which stage you are in, you need to go on applying that right sadhana. You will definitely become a sthita prajna. Okay, so we will stop with this today. Next week, we will directly take up verse number 68. Actually, I'm not getting into the next verse today because I have given you 4 powerful applications of this power of the principle of movement. It can generate tremendous power in your life. So I want you to reflect on these points. I want you to absorb these points, because in the next verse, he will be using the same power of movement. We will be seeing that he'll be concluding, but when you apparently read the verse, it will look very simple, but he'll be using these principles in a very powerful way to get connected with the infinite. And then the subsequent verse will be a continuation of that. He will get into a state of inspiration, and he will talk from a different level. So you need to take a little break and absorb the points which I have given today. Very, very powerful. They can transform your life. Externally, if somebody were to ask you, just for argument's sake, what did Yogishri mention last week? If they had asked you, you would have said the power of movement, the principle of movement. Now today, after the discourse, if they ask you, what did he mention? Again, you will say the principle of movement. Oh, same thing he's saying again and again. It is not the same thing. How to explain it to others? You cannot explain. Best is you say, you also come and watch it, then only you will get a hang of it. It is such an infinite, deep wisdom. And, if you just keep going with the flow which the master is setting here, you will also, as a river, keep on progressing towards the ocean. And sthita prajna is a state where you merge with the ocean, you merge with the infinite. So there are a few questions which I'll be taking now, and then after that we will have the meditation. In today's meditation, I'll be installing the 4 applications of this principle of movement in your deeper minds, so that you can practice them easily. But first, the questions. Some practical questions have come, some important questions. That is why I'm taking them up. So first question is from Hitanshi. Namaste Yogishri. Lately I feel like I've become very distant from my emotions and ability to empathize with people. I don't feel bad or sad if someone I know passes away or shares their problems with me. I just look at it as their journey and path. I'm afraid that this is making me heartless. I'm not able to understand if this is normal or if I'm doing something wrong that is making me emotionless. If something goes wrong in my life, I don't feel bad, but I do get angry. Anger is by far the only emotion I've felt lately. Please help me understand this. Thank you. Regards. And then she has also asked, she sent another mail immediately saying that I need to add this also. Apart from the sadhana, there is sadhana means I think you're meaning yoga sankirtan, no? I do practice mind stilling before I sleep. So I read about this technique in a book where these steps are followed. Number 1, focus on breathing. Number 2, focus on the sounds. Number 3, tell yourself, I am a rock against which the surf crashes. Nothing can break me. The rock being my mind and the surf being my emotions. Number 4, let my thoughts pass, acknowledge them and let them go. Repetition of the rock statement after each thought. Then next point is positive reinforcement of goals, and then again focus on sounds, focus on breath. So what she has asked is, I'm wondering if saying that statement of the rock and surf is causing the negative effect on me. Kindly help me understand this. Thank you. This is a very nice question which Hitanshi has asked. This will be useful for all the sadhaks. What is interesting is you have given the question, and see, because of the sadhana, your penetrative ability is also increased. I told you, the law of connection and interconnection. So you yourself you're able to connect the right cause with the effect. So what you're saying is, I'm kind of becoming emotionless. Why? And then in the next mail, subsequent mail, you have written that I'm doing this practice, and you have hit the nail on the head when you have asked that is it because of this assertion that I am a rock and all that this is happening. I'll explain to you further. See, this practice which you're doing, please stop this, because there are two aspects to this practice. One is you're saying I am like a rock, and the other is you're saying the waves are coming and hitting me. That is exactly what you're experiencing in life now. You're saying I'm becoming more emotionless. That is with respect to the rock. And the emotion of anger which you're saying is coming is the waves coming and hitting you. These are the two things which you are visualizing and feeling every day. My request to you is stop this practice immediately. And this is a message not only for you, Hitanshi, this is for all the sadhaks. See, don't play about with spirituality. I told you last week itself, once you've come to this Yoga Sankirtan sadhana, you've gone to a guru, now surrender fully and practice whatever has been given. This itself is a lifetime practice. If you do your sadhana properly, you will not seek any other practice because it is not required. And in any of those practices, there may be some inherent negative influence in the mind. See, it is very interesting. When you read this practice externally, it looks very innocent. After all, what? Just some suggestions, positive suggestions I'm giving to the mind. But that can actually cause a very negative effect. That is why you should never practice these kinds of techniques. What is being given here, they are all time-tested techniques by great yogis and masters. So, kindly don't do this. Whatever sadhana has been given to you, the sadhana material. It is every Sunday you're watching. Now I have given a more intense sadhana. Whenever you have spare time, also watch that. Then similarly, for the everyday, do the Yoga Sankirtan sadhana. If you have done that 22-day course, do the Kaya Tattva meditations. Also, every now and then keep doing them so that you're in touch with them. So do all these sadhanas meticulously, and in the future I'll come up with some material where before sleep, a short 5-minute auto suggestions. I'll create that material so that you can listen to that and go to sleep, which will be supportive. Similarly, as soon as you wake up in the morning, gratitude meditation for 5 minutes. Whatever I have mentioned earlier, the material also will be created soon and given, so you can add them on. But stick to just this main sadhana. See, when you are in an unknown terrain, you can't take the law into your hands. If you mix up too many things, this little bit of this, little bit of that, you will not get the benefit. Not only will you not get the benefit, see, you will end up in some, in some trouble like this. So kindly stop this from today, and others also make a note of it. In today's meditation, you will be getting the healing. So whatever these negative effects this practice would have had on you, all that will be washed away. So you can start fresh after this session is over. Okay. So remember, have your path laid down very, very clearly. What we are dealing with is the highest, the infinite energy. There is no Shakti which is higher than this. So when the infinite is being given, when the highest is being given, why are you going after pennies, This small techniques and small things which may give you small powers. So you should be very careful. Okay. We will see the other questions also. This question is by Lisha Ajit. She has put it in the YouTube comment section. Hari Om Yogishri. Recently I have been hearing a lot about being personally initiated by a guru before commencing on sadhana and guru mantra, etc. Can you please advise me on that, as till today I have not met any guru personally. Pranam Guruji, and thanks for your wonderful teachings and guidance. So you have a very good bhavana, that energy is so nice. Now, there are a couple of things which need to be clarified here. Again, this will be very useful for everyone. What you have written is, I have not met any guru personally. What do you mean personally? You mean physically you have not met. Now, meeting a guru physically is not considered a meeting at all. From a spiritual point of view, from a yogic point of view, physical meeting is not considered a meeting. It is the connection which you have at the soul level, which is a real meeting of your guru. So this concept of personally meeting or not meeting itself is actually meaningless. You have to come out of that concept, number one. Number two, you also said, I have not met any guru personally. It doesn't work like that. See, just as you have your physical parents, similarly, spiritual parent will be your guru. Now that connection will be automatic. How do you, some people ask me, how do I select my guru? You can never select your guru. You can never find your guru. A guru will only select you. A guru will find you. In the Upanishads it is said, just seek the highest. If you are a sincere seeker, the guru will come to you. It may be the guru may come to you, means the meeting will happen. And when they talk about meeting, it is at the spiritual level. The mode, the external mode of meeting may be the actual physical meeting, or it could be you may attend some session, or it may be online also, or you may read a book. It may be so many ways, but you will get connected at the energy level, at the Shakti level, at the soul level. It is an automatic process. So to whomever you are drawn to naturally, in whose presence your mind becomes calm, he becomes your guru automatically. It is not a choice. See, in other things you can choose, but when it comes to a guru, you cannot choose. The guru chooses you. And if the guru chooses you, even if you try to run away, you will again come back. Because it's like a magnet attracting the iron. As long as your seeking is there, the nature will, it's wrong to use the word forcing, but nature will make you get connected with your guru. Third is not that you just pick up somebody and go and meet that person personally and then take guidance. It is not like how it happens in the worldly sense, I am giving you the deeper explanations because now Guru Purnima is coming, and when you deepen your knowledge about the Guru and the Guru Shakti, it will help you to receive the blast of energy which you are going to get during the deeper sadhana of Guru Purnima, which I will be making you practice. Then, number 3, you are talking about being personally initiated by a guru. This is called Deeksha. The Sanskrit word is Deeksha. Deeksha means initiation. Now, I'll explain to you what is the initiation. Today it is, many people don't understand the significance, the true meaning of initiation. See, who is a guru? A guru is one who has become one with the infinite. Now, when the student approaches the guru transfers a little bit of energy gained through his tapas to the student, so that the student can get a boost in his or her sadhana. That process is called initiation. So you've written Guru Mantra, see, every mantra has a Shakti. It's called Mantra Shakti. So a guru has his capacity to unlock the Mantra Shakti. Now when such a person initiates, immediately you see when the mantra will not be merely words, but you will start feeling the vibrations. It will do something to you. It will enhance your spiritual powers. So there are basically 4-5 types of initiations. That is, I am talking of the method of initiation. See, one is the different ways of initiating, other is different initiations also are there. I'll first cover that. At first level, there will be one level of initiation. Then next, as the student goes to the next level, then the master will give an advanced initiation. Then third level, he'll give the third level initiation. At the highest level of initiation will be given according to how much the student can absorb. So the various modes of initiation also I'll just briefly cover. I'm only briefly covering here. This should be enough for you to gain clarity. When that context comes here and there, I'll even cover it in detail. A guru does not actually need any particular method. He will have his own way of initiating. The usual methods are, first way of initiating is through touch, where like Ramakrishna Paramahamsa initiated Swami Vivekananda, that time he was Narendra, through touch. Using this finger, he touched the third eye, the forehead point of Vivekananda, and initiated him. This is one way of initiation. This is the more gross way of initiation. But according to what the student requires, the master may use a particular method. The method is not important, but it is the transference of energy. The second method is, just by seeing, a guru can initiate. It is called Trataka Deeksha. Tratak means, the simple layman's explanation is, Trataka is staring at something without blinking the eyes. But it is not merely physically staring, it is actually looking at something with the third eye. For that, that's why I said first, the Guru's third eye has to be awakened. He has to be connected, the third eye of wisdom, it's called Jnana Chakshu. That has to be connected. It will get awakened when you get connected with the infinite, So, just by a look, intensely focusing there, a guru can initiate a student, he can transfer the energy. Then the third way of initiation is through sound, by uttering a mantra. It is not about the sound, it is about the energy. That is why I told you, in touch also there may be no sound. In seeing also there may be no sound. But still, the energy can be transferred, the Shakti. So, when a guru chants a mantra, it is very powerful. If you take the Om mantra, for example, now that has infinite powers. Now, according to the student's development, the guru will add that much amount of Shakti which the student can bear while chanting the mantra. So, through that, he'll be able to give the Deeksha. This is the third way. So, the first is a touch, then seeing, then the sound. The fourth way is very interesting. Just by thinking, by the mode of thought, a guru can initiate a student. So, for touching, the student has to be near the guru for him to touch. For seeing, the student can be a little far away. Seeing and hearing also, the sound. But by thinking itself, a real master can initiate, which means the place and all does not matter. A student may be sitting in one place, a guru may be sitting somewhere far away, a totally different place. But if he just thinks about the student and focuses all the energies there, he can initiate. Because initiation is happening to the soul, not to the physical body. And the soul is beyond the physical dimensions, So they say, just by thinking, a guru can initiate a disciple. And then comes the fifth way, which is very rare, that is initiation through silence. This is the very highest form of Deeksha. When a student is ready, then the guru does not say anything, he does not see, he does not utter any mantra, he does not touch, he does not think, nothing. He is just one with that consciousness, and the initiation happens at the Paravani stage. Paravani means beyond all kinds of Vani, all kinds of sounds. It happens in silence. That is a very, very deep, the deepest Deeksha, I would say. A guru doesn't give this to everyone. It is only when the student comes up to that level, because the energy of that is so powerful. Students should be able to handle that. So these are all different modes by which a guru can give Deeksha. Guru chooses whichever ways will benefit the student most, he will give. So from a student's side, what is required is single pointedness. You cannot have 5 gurus. If choosing is a wrong word. Once you get connected with the guru, just follow whatever he says with that sincerity, with that devotion, surrender, questioning also, all these things put together. And as one grows spiritually, the guru will automatically give the initiation. And what are the effects of the initiation? Your meditative capacity will keep increasing. The empowerment programs which we have, initiation is a part of every empowerment program. And that is why when you attend an empowerment program and when you go back, many people have told me that their capacity to meditate increases. The intensity increases. The depth increases. Why? Because of the initiation. Okay. So, it is a very deep question. See, sometimes, we are following this line of thought and we need to, I'm covering these verses. So suddenly such deep questions come. Actually speaking, if you want a full explanation, probably an entire session will go in that. So when the context comes, I'll explain more also in detail. So as far as you are concerned, remember these points which I told you. You cannot choose a guru. First of all, it's not that any guru, that word any guru itself should be avoided in the spiritual journey. See, the relationship with the guru is so sacred, just as we have so much of love, affection and devotion towards our physical parents. This is a spiritual birth and the guru becomes a spiritual parent. So much of devotion, affection, mutually. It is not that only a student is devoted to a guru. Guru is infinite times devoted to a student, committed, So it is a very sacred relationship, and unfortunately today, since this wisdom itself, the ancient wisdom has got lost, this sacred structure is not being understood by people, the sacred principle. You should differentiate between a guru and an acharya. Acharya is a teacher. So you have the worldly teacher, then even in spirituality you may have an acharya, one who merely gives knowledge. But a guru is one who transfers the energy. So today Deeksha is just merely understood as somebody just mutters some mantra in the student's ear and immediately now you're initiated, now you do the sadhana. It is not a mechanical process like that. It's a very, very deep process. So when someone asks Ramana Maharishi, how do I recognize my guru? That's a better word, how do I recognize my guru? Is that the person, in front of whom you go and something happens to you, your mind calms down, negativities are purged, cleansing process, the energy you feel, then recognize that that person is your guru. Very, very interesting way of putting it, because it's very difficult to confine a guru. Guru means one who is merged with the infinite. It's very difficult to confine a process and say this is how you need to recognize. It's not possible. Okay, now we'll have the meditation. I'm going to install these principles in the deeper aspects of your mind. The nididhyasana process we'll do. Sit in a relaxed way. Gently close your eyes. Do deep breathing. Breathe deeply in a very, very relaxed way. I am the Jivatma, the individual soul residing in this body. I have this choice of action, the power to choose. From this moment onwards, I exercise this power to choose, to create positive things in my life. I choose to use the principle of movement, the charatam, anuvidhiyate and harati, to create positive energy in my life. Whatever positive habits which I want to form, I have the power to form those habits. I choose to fix positive goals in every area of my life. I have the power to achieve all my goals by using this principle of movement. I recognize that my ultimate purpose is to merge with the infinite and become a sthita prajna. I have the capacity to unfold myself completely and become one with the infinite. Offer your gratitude to God Supreme. Offer your gratitude to your Guru and all the holy masters. Slowly come back. Wriggle your fingers, your toes. Rub your palms together to create a warmth. Cup your eyes with your palms. Gently rub your eyes, cheeks, forehead, top of the head, back of the head and neck. Slowly open your eyes. Welcome back. So today it was a very powerful session. Reflect on these 4 applications which were given to you. Using these principles, you can overcome any obstacle which you are facing today in any area of life. It is because of the higher grace that you are receiving these principles. But remember, at every point you have the power to choose. So just because you have received it, no doubt you feel very grateful. But again, there you have the power to choose whether you should practice it or not, whether you should absorb it more or not. At every moment, you have that power to choose. So remember, in life, it is not where you are that matters, but what direction are you taking using this power of choice. That is what matters most. Okay, so the Guru Purnima is coming. Request all of you to continue with your sadhana, daily sadhana. that will prepare you. Every Sunday also I am just preparing you in order to receive the higher Shakti. As long as you are sincere in your practice, no force on earth can prevent you from getting this higher grace. That much I can assure you. Okay? So thank you very much. We'll meet next week. Hari Om.